What's up, Everyday Blades? Man, we got another knife from one of my favorite knife companies. I've got a few knife companies that are just in my wheelhouse. They're just me. Midgard's Messer, Custom Knife Factory is one of the huge ones. Everything they turn out, I like. Some I like more than others, and some I don't realize I like till I get it in my hand. And this is one of those. This is a sleeper. This is the Brat. So, the biggest claim to fame with this knife, and the biggest thing that jumped out, was the amazing action. I mean, this thing is like butter. And it's unbelievable they can do this with a production knife. It's just so good. So effortless. So, this knife is designed by, pardon me if I pronounce this wrong, Alexei Kongan. The blade steel is M398 Damasteel. Handle comes in tie or Zerk tie. This one is in plain tumbled titanium with the M398 blade, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was a blade designed in cooperation with Microtech, wasn't it? I think they were the first ones to use it. But anyway, I'm sure it's a great steel. You see this knife is really unique. It doesn't have a backspacer. The scales are sculpted in to form a backspacer. It's really unique, and like a lot of CKF knives, the hardware is huge and robust and just makes you feel like you've got a really strong tool. Look at that lanyard hole. That thing is a monster. I don't care anything about lanyards, but I think that hole looks cool. The weight feels really good. It's not too light. It's not too heavy. The only thing I would change if they gave me is one of the finishes, which is no big deal. It's a personal preference. If they gave me my choice, I would have asked for one of their satin finishes like that. They do such a good job with that. Look how beautiful that is. But, they got the second best option on there. They did a blasted finish, and it turned out really well. It's a little chopped up because I sharpened a couple of big construction pencils with it the other day. So I chopped on the edge pretty good. And of course, it comes with the awesome CKF pouch, full extra set of hardware, including bearings, and the authentication card that kind of tells you everything about it. So we'll push this to the side for now. But just to reiterate, the action is on ceramic bearings, which I think all or most of their knives are. It's just unbelievably good, man. It's just so satisfying. Brings me a lot of joy. Let's check the measurements on it. We're about 3¼ on the blade. Right at 4.5 on the handle scales. I'll check the weight on it. 5.2. See, the weight is right in the pocket, man. It just feels like it's supposed to feel. It's not too featherly light. It feels like a robust knife, and it is. Let's look at it up against a couple of other knives, a couple of its cousins. The Evo 3. The Evos are my favorite knife design, probably of all time. I'm just a huge fan. This is the Evo 4 in S90V. You can see it falls right in between them. It's a good sized knife. I mean, it's not too big, not too little. It's just right. Let's check the whatchamacallit blade. The blade is probably not going to perform overly well because I've used it for over a week, and I've just sharpened those pencils up with it, and I wasn't easy on it. I mean, I sharpened them fast and hard. That'll roll over an edge pretty quick, but it's M398. It should hold up pretty well. So let's check it out after a week's use and see what she's looking like. We always get a check on when it's new. Let's check it after a week. That's not right. You got to take a couple of these every time to get an accurate reading, because I know that 400 is not right. Something got hung up or something, but you got to make sure that blade, that wire is taut. And let's try it again. 330. Yeah, see, I beat on that blade pretty good. Like I said, I've carried it every day for over a week, and I've sharpened pencil with it, opened boxes, cut cardboard, so it could probably use this. I'm sure you could bring it back to 200 with a strop. So either way, I'm not too worried about it. So to wrap up, the Custom Knife Factory Brat. Now, to this day, I'm not sure who makes these knives. I've asked and asked and asked, and everybody you ask, you get a different answer. I've heard Concept makes them, this person makes them. I seen a comment in a Facebook group the other day that looked like it was from an employee or maybe one of the owners of CKF commenting that they make their own knives and they haven't outsourced their knives for a long time. So I don't know if that's true or not. We're not privy to that information. But what I can tell you is these knives are very well made. I haven't found a flaw with any CKF knife, and I've had a lot of them. They sell great knives no matter who's making them. So that's my answer. And that Timascus clip is just perfect with the hidden hardware. It's got just the right amount of spring in it. Perfect. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.